As soon as she saw them, she lusted after them and sent messengers to them in Chaldea. Then the Babylonians came to her to the bed of Rav, that is most holy place, and in their lust they defiled her. After she had been defiled by them, she turned away from them in disgust. Okay, verse 20. There she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose emissions was like that of horses. Ezekiel 23 and verse 16, 17, all the way to 21. Adding adultery in marriage. Serious consequences of marital unfaithfulness. Key number one. We see here a woman. This is a figure of speech God is using to describe the backsliding nature of Jerusalem, or Oholiba and Ohra, who were married to the Lord. That is northern kingdom, Samaria, and southern kingdom, Judah. And he is saying, them worshipping other gods, he painted for them the picture of a whore. And now he says, he put it this way, that when they came, they were attracted by lust. And if there is something that you need to conquer in these modern days, is lust. Lust actually is as powerful as adultery itself, because lust will make you commit adultery, if not physically, spiritually. Because lust makes you commit adultery, number one, physically, when it produces an action, or in your mind. Whoever looks at a woman lustfully has committed adultery with her in the heart, or through pornography. People nowadays are confessing how they can get sexual satisfaction by just watching pornography. What you are watching there, it can carry you in the spirit, and then you find yourself, you are now practicing that. Your body is moving until you find yourself releasing. And then there is a fourth one, where you now attract sex demons, incubus and succubus. People say that is nonsense. If you go to Genesis 6, you'll hear of how the sons of men, the watchers who had abandoned their positions of authority, they came to the daughters of men and married them. So you can attract the sex demons, and all of them, they fall under the similar category. Why? You are the temple of the Lord. It is not supposed to be defiled, either physically or even invisibly. So key number one, when you commit adultery according to this, number one is adultery defiles the bed of Rav. Number one, defiles bed of Rav. Adultery will always affect your intimacy relationship with God. When here God says they came and defiled the bed of Rav, it speaks of trespassing the most holy place. It is only adultery. And this one, I want you to get it. It is only adultery that can access your most holy department of your personality. Remember, you are of body, the outer court. Then you are of the soul, the holy place. And then you are of the spirit, the most holy place. And adultery is able to reach out to the most holy place, your heart. Remember, the Lord told Satan in Job's case, do not touch his heart. But adultery will be able to allow Satan touch your heart. Because adultery exposes your spirit, not just your body, not just your soul, but even your spirit. So that is key number one. Defiles the bed of wrath. Adultery defiles the most holy place, the dwelling place of God in you, so that God cannot dwell there. Number two is what? She carried on her prostitution. Okay, she says she turned away from them in disgust. In disgust. Adultery develops in you the spirit of disgust. So this is a kind of a person you will start now to live in regret and condemnation and guilt and self-rejection. Number three, she carried on her prostitution openly. That is number three, open whoredom. Now, after she committed the adultery, now she carried on her prostitution now openly. Meaning, when you commit adultery, now what we call your confidentiality or privacy does not apply in you. And these are the kind of the people, from there you become sexually radicalized. Now you don't care about the judgment of the society. If you are going with somebody's husband, somebody's wife, you reach to a point where you now become a don't care attitude. You develop don't care attitude. Number four says and exposed her nakedness. Number four is exposed nakedness. So when you commit adultery takes away your spiritual cover and then exposes you to the demonic fraternities. Adultery makes you to be of exposed nakedness. Better you remain naked, but now here is exposed. So you become nakedness, spiritual cover is taken away, and then you become exposed. So now you become now open to the framing arrows of the enemy. Now any external aggression mechanism can attack you and attack you successfully. Then you notice number five, I turned away from her in disgust. Then number five is abandonment by the presence of God, by his presence. When you commit adultery, the rod turns away from you in disgust. So when you commit adultery actually chokes God, provokes God to go away from you very fast. And we shall see that when we come to Samson, when he committed the adultery with Delilah. Remember, Samson had married, so he was working with the marriage covenant. But adultery makes God turn away from you in disgust. Yani, you become an abomination to God. God now abhors you like a filthy lewd thing, even if you stand in the altar and you are praying. Okay, and then it says, just as stand away from her sister, yet she became more promiscuous. Can you look at verse 20? I want to repeat this. There she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys. Number 6 is genitals of donkey. When you commit adultery, you attract a donkey genitorial application. Understand that? This is where you become sexually insatiable. The way you commit adultery, it now creates in you a desire for a sexual organ that is of a donkey size. Meaning what? From adultery, you started developing unnatural sexual desires that can only be satisfied by something that is outside human application. Your husband can no longer satisfy you. No, donkey genital mindset. Cucumber go that way. And then whose emissions are like that of horses. When you commit adultery, your mindset becomes of horses emissions.